Welcome to Architect's Eye, the series where we analyze the structures of Azeroth through the lens of an actual architect. Today we soar high into the mesas of Malgore to study the iconic city of Thunder Bluff, spiritual heart of torrents and the vertical design. Through the lenses of an architect, we'll uncover not just design, but belief, culture, and environmental harmony. Thunder Bluff isn't just a city, it's a cultural statement. Set atop high mesas, it expresses the torrent's reverence for nature and spiritual elevation. Architecturally, every structure here seems to ask one question: how do you build with nature rather than against it? Its multi-level plan is a response to region's topography, emphasizing harmony with nature rather than domination. Each mesa serves a district, a decentralized urban planning encouraging flow between communal, spiritual, and trade functions. Thunder Bluff's design reflects the elements of indigenous North American and Central Asian nomadic architecture. The torrent's tent structure echoes the form of tipis and yurts. Circulation and layout, they promote thermal regulation and communal interaction. These are not buildings of excess, they are of necessity, humility, and purpose. Connectivity in Thunder Bluff is vertical and segmented. Each mesa is dedicated to function, trade, spirituality, Warcraft. But the bridges, narrow, exposed, and flanked by the carved gatehouses, act like the spatial portal. They dismount players of functional inconvenience, yet these transitions mimic ceremonial thresholds found in real-life tribal architecture, symbolizing a shift in purpose or energy between spaces. A curious design flaw, or perhaps an intentional barrier slowing the pace of life. What sets Tauren design apart is its material honesty. Wood, bone, hide, all local, all biodegradable. The heavy use of timber post and lintel construction and board canopy reflects the principle of vernacular architecture, responding to available materials and environmental needs. This is architecture that breathes. Many structures are open air, foregoing doors, or even full walls. These open designs suggest more than climate control. They speak to the torrent's celestial spirituality. With roofs sometimes absent entirely, one is never far from stars, from the ancestors above. The orientation of Thunder Bluff, open to sky, open to elements, reveals the torrent's deep ancestral connection. Structures aren't just shelters, but sanctuary of memory. On the Elder Rise, spiritual gatherings happen under the open skies, unmediated by walls. This is not accidental. It echoes real-world nomadic architecture, such as yuts of Central Asia or teepees of indigenous North American architecture, homes that invite cosmos into their very structure. The cliff-top planning and communal living aligns with ancestral Puebloan settlement in the American Southwest. The open-air interior and radial roof forms feel spiritually linked to the Great Plains teepee camps. Its architecture is not about permanence, but presence, designing for sky, spirit, and seasonal change. It's the manifesto of natural harmony. The interaction of nature and design reflects the architecture of sustainability, what we now call vernacular architecture, solutions born from the land. Thunder Bluff doesn't separate the spiritual from civil. Council halls, spiritual spaces, and warrior lodges blend fluently. This fusion reflects indigenous spatial philosophies, where governance, tradition, and daily life are interconnected. Tucked into the lower edge of Mesa lies a cave system, a forgotten architecture moment. It's here we see Thunder Bluff's resource consciousness. This may be city's implied source of water, a rare commodity in the arid Malgore. Here a natural spring flows, feeding life to a city above. In many architect cities, proximity to water dictated spiritual significance. Thunder Bluff follows the same logic, wrapping myths around nature. Let's talk risk and resilience. A city in sky is hard to siege, but it's also fragile. Remove a bridge and you isolate a district. Remove an elevator and you have severed the flow. This isn't a city designed for military resilience. It's designed to rise above conflict, but it's a risk. The architecture makes a spiritual gamble that those who ascend here come in peace. So where does Thunder Bluff land on Architect's eye scale? For harmony with nature, 10 out of 10. A true home for all shamans. Accessibility, maybe 6, but for atmosphere, identity, and immersion, a towering 9 out of 10. Thunder Bluff stands not just as a stronghold, but a story, one etched into the wood, open sky, and sacred water. As an architect, I see it not as primitive, but poetic. In a game world filled with fortresses and empires, Thunder Bluff reminds us that architecture can also whisper, not just roar. If you love this deep dive, drop a like, share it with your guild, and subscribe for more episodes of Architect's Eye. Next stop, perhaps Orgrimmar and its side entrance, or maybe a tour of Undercity's sewage system. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and stay grounded in the elements.